I was in shock and disbelief and numb. There are no words to describe the immense pain his actions have caused our family and friends. He brutally kidnapped and murdered my daughter, my baby. He locked her in the car without any way to escape and tore her apart. He stole my chance of even identifying her body in the morgue due to the amount of torture he put her through. Your Honor, I beg of you, I plead of you to deny bail.
No one deserves to lose their sister, daughter, or friend in the merciless way that I lost Sammy. No one deserves to constantly relive finding out that one sister was violently taken from them, and my mind constantly replays that moment when my dad called sobbing as my knees buckled under me and I fell to the floor. One way to prevent another person from this constant nightmare that is now our life is to ensure that this man remains incarcerated and without bail.
This monster kidnapped and brutally murdered the love of my life. It wasn't accidental, nor a product of panic. It was orchestrated and carried out by a truly evil human being. I ask you today, justice be served for my beloved Sammy. I ask that you deny his bond request as he is a danger to everyone around him. What will happen when his thirst to kill strikes again?
Judge, you would have loved her. She made everyone smile and laugh. This monster animal has taken Samantha Josephson away from all of us. To stab someone over 30 times and brutally kill a defensive 21-year-old non-threatening female is a monster, a danger to kill again.
Knowing him coming up and basically spending most of our time together, even after he left college, and the goals that he had set for himself, the things that he wants out of life, does not remotely come close to alleged charges that he's being accused of. We stand behind him 100% because we do believe that he is innocent. We do believe that he's not capable of even doing such what he's being accused of. We do ask the court for mercy. We do send our prayers to the family, and we can't remotely imagine what they're going through.
I'm the mother of Nathaniel Rowland, and like my oldest son has said, there's no way that he could have done this, what they're accusing him of. As a child, he loved everyone. He gets along with everyone. He do what he can for everyone. He's a very respectful man. And I can't see my child do anything like that, harm anyone. He never have harmed anyone. Never. And I thank you all so much for hearing me.
I've listened to everyone this morning, the officers, the state, the defense. This court makes a finding for purposes of this hearing that the defendant presents a danger to the community. And for that reason, the court denies the defendant's motion for bond at this time.
Incredibly emotional, and done by Zoom, I think, makes it even more so because everyone's kind of in their own space in their homes and they're zooming in on this. I just want to put up on the screen as we prepare for Monday what the charges are against Nathaniel Rowland. Murder, kidnapping, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. And this was a violent crime, as you heard from Samantha's father. Let's bring back in our think tank. Bernardo, let me start with you. How are you, as a prosecutor in the prosecutor's office, how do you prepare Samantha Josephson's family? They're going to be coming in from out of state, right? Traveling out of state to come down for this trial on Monday. How do you prepare them for what is going to happen inside that courtroom?
Vinny, it's very difficult to prepare the family of a deceased to come in and watch the trial. Not just watch the trial, there's so many different elements taking place. You have the defense trying to prove sometimes putting the victim on trial. Then you have that the person who allegedly took the life of your loved one, you're going to be looking at them on a regular basis. Then you have people giving the details of how this person, your loved one, was killed. But then aside from that, then you'll have a medical examiner breaking down each and every wound that the victim sustained. It is so difficult dealing with the family of loved ones to get them into the courtroom. But one of the things that I did use when I was a prosecutor is that I would get in contact and sometimes have victim advocates to be present in the courtroom with the family at all times.
Let's talk about the family now of the defendant. Ian, are there families, I mean, this family believes he's 100% innocent. They can't believe he did it. Are there families that are like, well, yeah, he could have done it? Or are families always sort of in that posture where they don't believe that their brother, their sister, their son committed the crime?
Well, I wouldn't say always, but I would say most of the time. The defendant is there with people behind him, sitting in the galley that believe in him and that believe that the person that they've known as a little boy or a little girl could not have grown up to be what they're being accused of in that courtroom. So most of the time, there are family members there. I would say of all of the family members, if you look to see who's usually there, it's usually a mom that's there supporting their child. And, it's not often that no one is there. So
let's take a look, Brian, at some of this evidence. I've got some excerpts from the warrant to give us an idea of what we can expect during the trial. The victim was captured on surveillance video entering what appeared to be a black four-door Chevrolet Impala. The victim is found deceased in a rural area of Clarendon County, South Carolina, with numerous evident wounds on multiple parts of her body, to include her head, neck, face, upper body, leg, and foot. Here's the key part. Subsequent to a lawful traffic stop by the Columbia Police Department of a 2017 Chevrolet Impala driven by the defendant, a large amount of dark-colored liquid was visible throughout the subject vehicle's passenger compartment. Additional amounts of dark-colored liquid, which presumptively tested positive for blood, were discovered in the trunk and the passenger compartment. Also, a cellular telephone belonging to the victim was found inside the passenger compartment of the subject vehicle. Likewise, located in the subject vehicle was a container of liquid bleach, germicidal wipes, and window cleaner. How about this fact? The child safety and window locks had been activated and would thereby not allow the victim any means of escape from the vehicle. Brian Watkins, going in here, it sounds like we've got a clear scene of the murder that is inside a vehicle driven by the defendant.
Correct. The murder, the car was absolutely involved in the murder. But the question is was he involved in the murder? That's the question. What evidence links him to that? And really, in cases like this, and I know, like, we talk legal talk, and the defendants come in with a presumption of innocence, and they don't have to prove anything. The state must prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. But like I was saying before, in reality, you're going to need to explain this. And I'm waiting to hear what his defense is. Did someone have his car? Did I loan his car?
Let me give you a hint. What we have heard from from an attorney down in South Carolina is that, and tell me what you think of this, and all of you can chime in. He passed out at a party. Someone grabbed the keys to his car. You like that one?
How did he get it back?
We can corroborate that. Let's corroborate that. Let's go to who was at the party. Hey, you guys see him passed out at the party? How much was he drinking? Everybody who saw him passed out to the party, who could have took his car? Did anyone see the car leave? He's going to need to corroborate that. The defense is going to have to do some work here. They're going to have to come in and prove that he didn't do it. That's what they're going to have to do.
They've got to get someone else behind the wheel of that car, Ian.
Yeah, I agree. They're not going to be able, I agree with Brian, they're not going to be able to say at the end, the defense lawyer in close, ladies and gentlemen, the state did not prove that he was driving the car. The state did not prove that he didn't pass out and someone else took the vehicle. Any defense that they have, they got to be able to back it up, or this is going to be a conviction.
All right, it all starts Monday right here on your front row seat to justice.